All right. I want to start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to ratazah. It'll be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And I saw this, it popped up in my news feed. It's from Sky News Australia. And it reads Saudi Arabia TV. Remember, Saudi Arabia originally is one of America, Babylon the Great's allies, allegedly, you know. But we know, per the scriptures, per revelation, they're going to turn on the whore. They're going to hate the whore. The beast is going to hate the whore and burn her with fire. America's allies, they're going to turn on her, all right? You know, so like it says, Saudi Arabia TV mocks Biden's cognitive decline in hilarious comedy skit, all right? It says a Saudi Arabia television show has mocked Joe Biden and his Vice President Kamala Harris in a Saturday Night Live style skit by poking fun at the president's mental fitness as he falls asleep at the podium and confuses certain countries. So I'm gonna close out with the video, but a couple scriptures came to mind because this place is through, man, completely through. I'm gonna let the Lord speak. I'm going to run through them real quick. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And we know this is talking about Esau, Edom. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Obadiah, read Obadiah. Matter of fact, I'm going to read a little bit of Obadiah. It says, Behold, his soul, Esau, Edom. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. He is the wicked, per Malachi 1 and 4. But the just is Yasharallah, you tribes, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, Esau, Edom, okay? And the wine is his philosophies, you know, his democracy, you know, so on and so forth. It says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Yeah, he goes around and pushes his wine, his Babylon juice, he shoves it on these other nations. And that's because he's proud, because of what the blessing Isaac gave him, that sword. You know, but hey, let the weak say I'm strong. The weaker nations are strong now. They got the great equalizer. And not to mention Gog and Magog is coming to their defense, being a guard unto them. So then America is losing its hegemony. America's not the big bad bully on the block no more. You know, you know, America's looking weak. It's losing its hegemony. These other nations are licking their lips, licking their chops. It says, yea, also because the pride of his heart have deceived him, Esau, Edom, his terribleness. You see, have deceived him. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. Okay, like I said, his philosophies, his democracy, goes around forcing it, shoving it down these nations' throat. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, sets up these different garrisons, leaves these different garrisons, these military bases in these different nations. You know, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires, hell, because everywhere he goes, that's what he brings, death and destruction. And is as death, like it says, and cannot be satisfied, because he's not staying at home, because he's going around enslaving the people first and foremost and stealing the resources. You see, you see, you see, and is as death, and leaving nothing but destruction and mayhem behind, and cannot be satisfied. He can never have his fill, but gathereth unto him all nations, right? And that's what he's trying to do, establish this new world order, this one world government through this digital system, and heapeth unto him all people. That's the main point that I wanted. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? All these nations, man. All your allies, man. They looking at you sideways. They talking shit about you, man. Because your look was more stout than the rest of your fellows. You see? You see? They looking at you sideways, man. You know, you had the Saudi Arabia talking shit, India talking shit. You know, everybody talking shit against America, the whore. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Woe means destruction. And that's what you did. You stole everything. You know? You stole everything. You see? Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? Not much longer. You know? He ain't got that much longer. You know, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a short moment. You see? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, that was part of his wine. He sets up, the IMF, the central banking system, and then he uses the usury, debts, them debts. I bought you that thick clay. You see, them debt notes, them debt bearing notes, man, and forcing people to use a petrodollar. You see, now everybody trying to find a workaround around the petrodollar. You see, they want to use the ruble. You see what I'm saying? They want to do deals with Russia. You see, and you mad now. You see, now you mad. You see, but hey man, beautiful times. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? These are the nations. They're going to turn on you. And awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. You're going to be spoiled. It says it. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, and chiefly Yasharala, okay? You see, you really spoiled us, man. The Lord's people. You see? All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. All the heathens, all these other heathen nations are going to turn upon you, and empty the clip. All of these heathen nations that possess um, nuclear capabilities, they're gonna shoot arrows on this place, man. You see, thus saith the scriptures. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, chiefly America, Babylon the Great. It's filled with blood. You see, it says, and blood it defileth the land, you see, and it can't be cleansed except by shedding the blood of them that shed the blood therein. Roughly paraphrasing, that's what it says in Numbers. Blood it defileth the land. This land is defiled because of men's blood and for violence of the land and of the, it says, for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him, again, destruction to him that coveteth an evil covetousness, to his house, to this nation, Esau, Edom, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. And that's the point, man. That was the point, you know. But like I said, you being looked at sideways, man. They taking up a taunting parable against you, all right? And they talking shit, man. America's definitely losing its hegemony. It's on its last leg, you know. Obadiah 1, the main point is going to be in verse 7. I'll start at 4. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and remember, Obadiah is one chapter dedicated to Esau, Edom, all right, and his judgment, okay. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, okay, your space stations, your space force, you know, your satellites and whatnot, okay, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen? Remember, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach is the thief. And like Elder Apostle Gabar just brought out, he's coming to steal Esau, Edom's kingdom away from him. You know? You see it. He's coming as a thief in the night, to usher in our kingdom, the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, of Yasharallah, righteousness on the earth. You see? If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men, that's the main point that I wanted. All the men of thy confederacy, all the men that you think your allies, meeting with you at your summit meetings, your NATO meetings and shit, your UN council meetings, You see? You know? All the men of thy confederacy, Saudi Arabia is part of your confederacy. You see? I think India is part of NATO, I believe, too. Your ally with America. You see? All of the men of thy confederacy, even your mother, Britain is going to turn upon you, man. You know? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Yep. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Saudi Arabia. You thought everything was good, you know? You see? The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread, they took that a gift from you, you know? You know? They just was biding their time. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him. Yeah, they setting you up. They setting you up. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? And you see they mocking you with creepy Joe. They mocking the cognitive decline of Biden. Because the Lord is destroying the wise men out of Teman. There's no understanding. He said, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mountain of Esau, out of his highest government. The highest mountain is America, Babylon the Great. And the mighty men of Teman shall be dismayed, and it says, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Yeah, they talk shit about how you got this land and what you did to the Lord chosen people. Shameful spewing is on your glory. Everybody looking at you sideways, man. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And that's a spot on your history that you can't whitewash. You can't white it out. And the Most High requires the things of the past. And he's going to recompense you for it. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, that perpetual hatred, that never-ending hatred that you have for your brother. You see? Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You see? Obadiah, go down to the verse 18. You see? But that's the point. You see, the Lord, we're in that time. The Lord is destroying this place. You know, these nations are taking up a taunting parable. You see? You see? And I'm going to close out here, man. I'm going to close out right here. That's the point. I'm going to close out with the video. Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? That's what's going to happen. That's a future judgment. But you seeing the demise now. You seeing like the elders say, it's circling the drain. CTD, America, Babylon the Great is circling the goddamn drain. You see, and these heathens, these other nations, the men that ate thy bread, they licking their chops, man. They laid a deadly wound, man. You see, you looking real weak, Esau. America, Babylon the Great. You see, and they about to. Ooh, beautiful times. You know, the Lord is about to put a evil thought into their minds, man, to go to the city of unwalled villages, man. You know, oh, man. You know, it says the Medes, they're not going to regard silver nor gold. You know, we in them times, man. You know. Anyway, I don't want to write this out. This came together and it made sense. Hey, like I always say, keep pushing. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal. This place is through. Shalom.
Thank you very much. Today, we're going to talk about the crisis in Spain. Yeah, we're going to talk about the crisis in Africa. Yeah, Russia. And I want to talk about the president of Russia, Putin. Putin, listen to me. I have a very important message to you. The message is, and the president of China, I didn't finish Russia.
No, sir.
Thank you to correct me, First Lady.
Damn.
Yeah, thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless.
Thank you all. Hallelujah. Clap to your president. Clap to your president right now. That was a Saudi Arabia television show there mocking President Biden and his VP Kamala Harris in a comedy skit. The Saturday Night Live style skit was featured in the show Studio 22, which is broadcasted on NBC, which is actually owned by the Saudi government. The big takeaway from the skit is how much Joe Biden's cognitive ability was mocked. In the comedy sketch, fake Kamala Harris is tasked with keeping Joe Biden awake as he makes his presidential address. She has to walk him to the podium, correct him when he confuses Russia with China and Africa, and remind him that she isn't the First Lady, she's the Vice President. Joe Biden's mental fitness has been the centre of debate as the president has made numerous gaffes since taking office. Some Republicans have even called for the president to sit a cognitive test to prove he is sound of mind. Former White House physician Ronnie Jackson, who is now a Texas congressman, has led those calls, constantly tweeting that he must take an exam the same way Donald Trump was asked to in 2018. A few days ago, he tweeted, "The majority of Americans think Biden needs to have a cognitive exam. Why hasn't he gotten one? It's because he'd fail. The White House is trying to cover up Biden's cognitive decline, and they're doing a terrible job at it." The comedy skit was a welcomed laugh for some social media users who believe the president should be copying more skits like this from SNL. One person wrote, "Saudi comedy show takes up the slack left by SNL failing to do their job." Another said, "Fantastic, very hilarious, we need more of this. Celebrities in the US made regular fun of Donald Trump. Suddenly, all of them have gone quiet on Biden." And this is what SNL would have done before they became woke. They used to mock both parties equally. What happened?